This bridge on Wiley Drive has a high amount of pedestrian and cyclist traffic. As a connector for the Roanoke River Greenway, which is the backbone and main artery of the Roanoke Valley Greenway system. It is also a roadway accommodating vehicle traffic from those utilizing Smith Park to those looking to spend an afternoon fishing in the Roanoke River.
During floods, the bridge must be closed to all of these modes of travel. Even under normal conditions, the bridge is an impediment to canoes, kayaks, and others that are using the waterway. The bridge is also symbolic of the connections necessary to overcome these types of limitations. Projects like these rarely get done without the collaboration of local, state, and federal officials. State and federal funding has been necessary to get the Roanoke River Greenway built, to ensure that our roads and bridges remain in sound condition, and will be necessary to replace bridges such as this. The bipartisan infrastructure bill is the latest example of that collaboration, each level of government doing what they do best toward a shared common objective.
Join me in welcoming Senator Mark Warner.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Sherman. I've never been here before. How could I have been governor and senator and come to the Star City how many thousands of times and never had a chance to actually bike the Greenway? So I'm going to commit right now to come back in my full spandex outfit and definitely ride this Greenway. And for 40 years, presidents of both political parties, senators and congressmen from both political parties have talked about the need for us to finally make the kind of infrastructure investments that were so typical of our nation in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Candidly, for a lot of the last 40, 50 years, we've not been doing that. This group of 10 of us built out a record set of investments that as of November of last year became the law of the land. Of the 530 bridges that are in poor state of repair, in the first slug of money, Virginia will get $578 million for bridge repair. Mid-sized markets like Roanoke, transit's an important component of how people get around as well. So resources coming there. We now have a commitment out of this infrastructure bill to get rail at least to Christiansburg and Blacksburg. Broadband is not a nice to have, it is an economic necessity. And even in an urban community like Roanoke, there are parts of the community that don't have access to high-speed and affordable broadband. We should anticipate coming out of the infrastructure plan at least another $800 million. Buses, one of the things that happened actually in the infrastructure bill, didn't get a lot of attention, but we're going to buy 25,000 school buses in the next 5 years in this country. In the infrastructure plan, there was literally $47 billion put aside for resiliency. Resiliency we talk about a lot in Virginia's coastal areas in terms of flooding. But resiliency also means making sure this bridge doesn't get flooded during high rain systems. So we've got specially for transportation resiliency about $8 billion. And if I got anything to say about it, this is going to be one of the projects that will be first in line to get those dollars so that in inclement weather, folks can still not only drive, but hike, bike, walk, whatever, to make sure they take advantage of this asset.